So as I promised earlier, I was going to do another video on what you need to consider while buying a laptop. So in this video, I'm going to specifically deal with those students who are doing engineering, and especially electrical, civil, and mechanical engineering. Yeah. So what are the important specifications that you need to check on your laptop at the time that you're purchasing? Yeah. So first, before I continue, just ensure that you save on this video, because it's going to be very crucial to you in the next few months or even tomorrow, because you'll need to reverse and maybe have a look at some of the things that I'm going to say in this video. So what are the things that are supposed to look in a laptop if you're doing engineering? So first and foremost, for engineering students, there are those softwares that you're going to install on your machine, and these softwares are like MATLAB, AutoCAD, and SolidWorks. These are very crucial softwares, and not to forget, you can also add AutoCAD, yeah, ArchiCAD, and the rest. So these softwares are so demanding, but one thing common about them is that these softwares mainly rely on the CPU. So when you're going to purchase a laptop, you have to look at the CPU, concentrate on the CPU, check on the CPU speed and the number of cores. Yeah, the higher the cores, the better, because the higher the cores, it will improve the rendering of what you'll be rendering, the output of your product, of your simulation. It will be so fast if you have many CPUs and if you have higher speed. So those are the most important things that you need to consider. Another thing that is a bonus, you have to check if it has graphic card. So either dedicated or discrete. Discrete is that graphic card that is, it comes with the processor, yeah? It is attached inside the processor. And then dedicated is a graphic card that is a separate place of the motherboard. Like for example, we have NVIDIA and AMD Radeon graphic cards, yeah? But those are not as important as much. Maybe you'll one day require them when now you become so professional. But as a student, while you're joining, it won't be as important. But if you can afford buying one with a dedicated graphic card, then go for it. The third thing that you need to consider is the RAM. RAM is so crucial, yeah? Don't go for anything below 8 GB of RAM. If you're doing electrical engineering, if you're doing civil engineering, if you're doing architecture, mechanical engineering, don't go for anything less than 8 GB of RAM, yeah? And if you think maybe I'm just hyping, just try, and then maybe you'll come back to this video and maybe you'll save it for the second time, yeah? You have to ensure that the RAM is 8 GB and above. If you can get 16 GB, that 2 GB, the better. But just ensure that the minimum is 8 GB. With 8 GB, I can promise you it will work, yeah? And then finally, another thing that you need to consider, so as to ensure that your machine is working properly, yeah? Remember the first thing that I said is CPU, and then we have the graphic card. These two things are things that can't be adjusted. If you want to adjust these things, you'll have to sell the laptop and upgrade to a better one, yeah? But you can upgrade the RAM if you want. So if you don't have enough money at the time of buying, you can go for 8 GB, yeah? And then finally, the storage, go for something that has an SSD. It's an improved version of the traditional hard disk, yeah? It improves the performance of the laptop, either while you're copying anything to the machine, it copies so fast. The performance, opening of the application, opening of the laptop itself, everything in the machine, it just fastens the process. So ensure it has an SSD, yeah? So with an SSD, the storage doesn't matter, but at least 256 is enough. You can have an external storage for storing other things, maybe hard disk now, HDD storage for storing data. You can have that one. Remember, it's always said that it's not good to carry all your eggs in one basket. So there's no need for going for a 1 terabyte laptop so that you store all your things there. What if maybe things go bad and one day you try opening your laptop and then it refuses to power on? What will you do? So if you have 256 GB SSD, it's okay, or 512 GB SSD is still okay, or even 128. But if you have smaller storage inside your laptop, just ensure you have an external storage that you can use as a backup, yeah? So those are the most important things that you need to consider if you're doing an engineering course, yes? And finally, this is just an additional thing. There's this laptop that is the most underrated. Like I said, it's the most underrated laptop by mostly students joining university to do engineering, because they feel that it is not worth it, and even the price is a bit low. See this machine here, this laptop that I'm holding. Let me just open it for you here. See something. The model has not been written here, but it is a Lightbook, HP Lightbook. This is HP Lightbook 840G3. If you can get anything between a Lightbook 840G3, 840G5 and above, those laptops can easily handle your schoolwork. So don't be worried about anything, yeah? Let me just assure you, because in this video I'm not going to hype you so that you choose the most expensive. I know there's some parents who are watching this video, so I'm not going to hype you so that you buy for your sons and daughters, or you buy for yourself the most expensive laptop just because you're going to do engineering. You'll find that at the end of the day, that laptop will be lying idle and you'll not be using it, and yet you spend a lot of money on it to a point that you can't even survive. You don't have anything left for you to survive. So go for something that is affordable, and at the same time it fits or suits perfectly your needs. So with the 840G3, with I don't have that machine here, but if you have Lenovo T460, T470, T480, all those laptops, I can promise you they're going to match your needs and you won't be disappointed. Thank you so much for staying, for watching this video, and please support this account. Yeah, it's a new account. I won't mind if you subscribe, because the next video that I'm going to release, I'm very sure that it will be worth it and you'll gain a lot from it. See you next time. Goodbye.